The flood of misinformation surrounding the Israel-Iran conflict has reached alarming levels, and it's time we confront the truth behind the headlines. The fake narratives being spread within the Israel-Iran conflict have become rampant. If you genuinely follow global news and expert opinions related to this war, as well as the reporting of international news agencies, and compare them with the news coming out of India, especially in regional media, you'll find that nearly 95% of what is being propagated is completely fake. Whether it's YouTube, satellite TV channels, or discussions happening in regional languages, the narrative has been entirely fabricated. You might wonder why there's so much misinformation. The reason is simple. Certain agendas are being pushed to please specific communities. The advertisers, sponsors, and viewers from these communities deliberately flood comment sections, essentially packaging and selling lies as truth. Many content creators have started shifting toward this trend. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone in particular. You can assess this for yourself. What's happening is that deception and hypocrisy have taken center stage. Based on my national and international journalism experience, having reported from multiple countries, I can say with certainty that much of what's being presented is far from reality. The distortion of facts isn't just a mistake, it's a deliberate strategy to manipulate public perception for profit and influence. For instance, many YouTube channels and satellite networks in India are falsely claiming that Hamas has achieved a massive victory, that they've captured Israel, and that Gaza's situation is dire. People are starving to death. But the reality is that Hamas leaders have fled, leaving Gaza in chaos. Yet there are people in India who believe these lies because they align with a certain agenda. They know it's false, but they continue to propagate it to serve their narrative. This isn't journalism. It's storytelling designed to inflame emotions and drive clicks, not inform. This is reminiscent of a trend we've seen before. Sensational, fictional stories that once dominated magazines and TV. Over time, people stopped reading those magazines because they lost credibility. Now we see the same pattern with news. Sensational headlines are crafted, stories are twisted, and content is manipulated to fit a particular narrative. The truth is irrelevant. The goal is to generate views and revenue. The media's role as a pillar of democracy is being eroded by this chase for profit, leaving audiences misled and divided. For example, someone might claim that 40,000 homes were destroyed in Israel, when in reality, only about 4,000 were damaged. Even that number is inflated. Minor incidents are exaggerated to fit the narrative. Similarly, they might say 3,000 people were seriously injured, but the reality is that most of these injuries were minor. Israel has released official statistics on war injuries, detailing how many were serious and how many were treated and discharged. But these facts are ignored in favor of sensationalism. This deliberate distortion undermines trust in media and fuels confusion about the true nature of the conflict. Having visited Israel multiple times, both officially and unofficially, I can attest that international media operates freely there. Most global news agencies have bureaus in Jerusalem. But ask yourself, how many media outlets have bureaus in Tehran? The answer is very few because the Iranian regime doesn't allow free press. Even the limited internet access recently restored in Iran is heavily censored. Social media is banned unless it aligns with government propaganda. This lack of transparency makes it easy for false narratives to spread unchecked, especially when amplified by external media with their own agendas. In Israel, when a missile strike happens, journalists and citizens freely record and report it. There's no suppression. That's the difference between a democracy and an authoritarian regime. Yet Indian media, sitting comfortably in their studios, claims to be war experts, spreading misinformation without any real understanding of modern warfare. Warfare has evolved drastically over the last 10-15 years, yet many so-called experts in India continue to analyze it based on outdated knowledge. Their commentary often ignores the technological and strategic shifts that define modern conflicts, misleading audiences further. One self-proclaimed expert claimed air superiority is irrelevant in modern warfare, but the reality is air dominance is crucial. Precision strikes from a distance are far more effective than close combat. Israel's recent operation involved just a single drone strike, yet Iranian propaganda inflated it into a massive attack, claiming senior officials were killed. These fake lists and images were circulated widely in the Middle East and then spread globally through social media. This kind of misinformation thrives in environments where verification is difficult, and Indian media often amplifies it without scrutiny. The truth is, Israel allows free reporting. Only one media outlet, Al Jazeera, was banned in Israel, and that too for its biased coverage of Gaza. Yet they still get footage because they operate from Jordan. Meanwhile, how many Indian journalists are reporting from Tehran? The answer is none. The absence of on-the-ground reporting from Iran allows fabricated stories to flourish, as there's no way to verify claims coming from a tightly controlled regime. The propaganda machine in India is strong. Fake narratives are manufactured and spread deliberately. Certain media outlets and self-proclaimed analysts twist facts to fit their agenda. They shift positions constantly, stand here, stand there, move left, move right, all to maximize views and revenue. The reality is they have no real connection to the truth. This opportunistic approach undermines the integrity of journalism and erodes public trust in media as a whole. When it comes to war, both sides suffer losses, but the key difference is in military strength. Israel's military infrastructure remains intact, while Iran's defenses have taken a massive hit. Initially, Iran launched 200, 300 missiles, but by the 12th day, they were down to just 22. Why the reduction? No one in Iran can question their government. There's no democracy. No one dares to speak against the regime. This lack of accountability allows the regime to control the narrative, but it also highlights their vulnerability compared to Israel's resilience. Meanwhile, have you seen any videos or photos of the destruction in Iran? No, because the internet is completely shut down. Social media is banned. The only narratives coming out are the fake ones being peddled by certain Indian media outlets. This information blackout makes it easy for propaganda to spread, as there's no counter-narrative from within Iran to challenge the lies. Let's not forget, Hamas's initial attack killed 200 Israelis, the deadliest single-day toll since the Holocaust. Israel admitted this and responded. Yet, Indian media claimed Hezbollah had crushed Israel. Where are Hamas's leaders now? Where are Hezbollah's leaders? They've all gone into hiding. The reality on the ground contradicts the triumphant narratives being pushed. Yet these stories persist because they serve specific agendas. The truth will eventually come out. But for now, India's media culture has devolved into propaganda, serving specific communities and political agendas. Whether it's the left or the right, the goal is the same: sensationalism over substance. This trend threatens to undermine the credibility of Indian journalism, turning it into a tool for division rather than a source of truth. I've seen India's infrastructure transform under Modi: new roads, airports, metros, and rural development. Farmers are getting better prices. Yet, when I posted a video highlighting these changes, the comments were overwhelmingly negative. Why? Because the truth doesn't fit their narrative. This reaction reflects a broader problem: a rejection of facts when they don't align with preconceived beliefs, fueled by media that prioritizes engagement over accuracy. Journalism should be about credibility. If I lie today, I lose your trust forever. But many in Indian media treat news like a masala novel, twisting facts, changing stories daily. A large section of the audience believes them because they don't read international or national media. This reliance on regional media, which often lacks rigorous fact-checking, perpetuates a cycle of misinformation. English and Hindi media in India are far more balanced, but regional media, driven by agendas, manipulates facts to suit their audience. Their goal isn't truth, it's revenue. They dance to the tune of trends, sacrificing journalism in the process. This disparity between national and regional media highlights a broader challenge: the need for consistent standards of accuracy across all platforms. In conclusion, seek the truth. Everything else is just marketing, strategies to boost viewership, push agendas, and spread propaganda. What we call media exercise today is nothing more than a well-packaged deception. To make sense of this conflict, turn to verified international sources and cross-check claims. The Israel-Iran conflict is complex, and the truth is often inconvenient, but it's worth pursuing. In my next video, we'll explore how to navigate misinformation in today's media landscape. For now, let's commit to questioning what we hear and seeking the facts, no matter how buried they may be.